shit because they, you know, like when you're nominated, they can't keep you from going. Which, you know, that's the only way I get to the award shows is I have to get nominated because otherwise they'll never let me go. And so I released a CD expressly to try to get nominated, and I did, so I got to go to the Grammys. All right, now, first of all, you should know this. They had this big Grammy nomination concert, and I got to go to it. So I go with the D-list crew, and so now the celebrities don't want to talk to me even more than they normally don't want to talk to me. So there's this great moment like where I run into Christina Aguilera, and I see her turn to me, and she's like, "Hi!" You know, like she... her thought bubble was like, "Oh, fuck." You know? You get used to it after a long, long time. All right, so anyway, I have to tell you the other people that I ran into on the red carpet at the Grammys. Okay, so first of all, I saw that girl Taylor Swift. You know who this girl is? She is a tween country sensation. And she's very beautiful. She's 8 years old or 14 or whatever the fuck she is, I don't care. But anyway, she's very, very beautiful, and she has many hit records, and she has long, flowing, blonde hair. Okay, I don't know if you know this, but I met her in person, and she's 8 feet tall. She's unbelievably gigantic, like a basketball player. All right, so Taylor Swift is there, and she seems very sweet, but get this shit. So guess who was right behind her on the red carpet? The Jonas Brothers. And yes, and apparently she was banging one of the Jonas Brothers, and then he stopped fucking her, and then he broke up with her, and she went on YouTube and was pissed off about it and did interviews. Now, allegedly. Let me call bullshit and not apologize for calling bullshit on the Jonas Brothers purity rings right now, because, yes, I do not believe in the purity rings, and I do not believe that the Jonas Brothers have very much purity, and I think that if they are straight, they're fucking everything and it's mom and grandma that'll move. And let me just tell you why. I had a boyfriend in high school named Tom, and he wore a purity ring, and now he is married to a man named David. All right, so... And in fact, he's a choreographer at Disney World. And I visit him once a year when I play Orlando. Okay, so... I think that those Jonas Brother purity rings are bullshit, and one of them might be a cock ring on Ryan Seacrest's dick right now. I'm sure they're very poor, extremely. Now, here's what I don't get about the Jonas Brothers. First of all, if you saw them on the Grammys, it was embarrassing when they sang with Stevie Wonder. It was embarrassing. There's Stevie Wonder being Stevie Wonder, and there's the Jonas Brothers trying to fucking keep up with their guitars, and the chords weren't attached, and doing all this shit like, "Do it, Stevie! Come on, show me what you got, Stevie! Yeah, Stevie! Give it to me, Stevie!" It was, thank God he's blind. It was so embarrassing. When they announced it, I was like, "Here comes a train wreck," and it was like, chug, 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 chug. It was fucking derailed fast. Now, I'm sorry, gays, I don't get the Jonas Brothers as sex symbols. I'm sorry. What are they? What are their names? I don't even know their names. Herb, Heine, and Pishik? I don't know. Come on, cut the shit, Clearwater. One of them has a Jufro, the other one looks like Sanjaya. That middle one looks like Sanjaya. Looks like somebody shaved him right here, and it looks like Sanjaya. They're 5'2", they've got the skinny jeans, they're a little chunky for it. No, I'm not having it. Matching outfits, very gay, and yet they're sex symbols, and they're in 3D and everything. So somehow, one of these kids ends up banging Taylor Swift, and I don't know how he got that fucking lucky, but then he dumped her, and I love that she went on radio shows and talked shit about him, so that was awesome. So that was all going down, but what you didn't know is that when she sang during the concert, she was singing the song I Fall to Pieces, the Patsy Cline song, and while she's a very beautiful girl, she does have kind of a weird way of singing where she's a good singer, but you know, it's funny when you see people really sing and not lip sync, it really sort of separates the men from the boys, and she kind of sings, oh, how do I say this? It sort of sounds like she's taking a shit. No, she's like, "I fall to pieces." It's just, okay, so, and she was fucking staring daggers at the Jonas Brother who fucked her over the whole time. I'm not kidding, that's what you didn't know. And she was looking right at, you know, fucking Ariel or whatever his name is. Alicia Keys and I were very nervous. nervous. Now that I'm in the music industry. So, alright, so here's what happened at the real Grammys. So I, lose my category and stuff. And the category, of course, that I'm in is did you know that there's a whole other Grammys at noon, the day of the Grammys? So of course, it's me. And the Schmammies, I call them the Schmammies. And they're like from noon to 3, it's not televised, and I shit you not, I could not make this up. It opened, it didn't open with fucking Kanye and all that. It opened with Tia Carrere singing a Hawaiian regional song. And she won. And I didn't, so I guess she has the last laugh. She's got a fucking Grammy, and I'm just bitching. All right, yes, Tia Carrere, it was a nightmare. But I did get to go to the real fancy smancy Grammys. Now, I actually had good seats too. I don't know how, but I scored pretty good seats. And it was so fun to watch who's who. Like, the littler the rapper, the more security they had. And all, it was just like, there's Paul McCartney and all that stuff. All right, so here's what happened at the beginning of the show. So we were filming the D-list, so of course it made me late, as usual. And with a live award show, they don't let you sit down during the show. They hold everybody until there's a commercial break, and then everybody sort of floods the place. So I missed the whole beginning. So I'm standing there, and I dragged poor Tom, my tour manager Tom. He's a big TV star. So poor Tom is there at the Grammys with me, and he's got to carry the bag, and I call it the lesbian shoe bag, because I'm such a fucking tired drag queen in heels. Like, I'm good on heels for about an hour, and then he's got to have shoes like this. So I wore these to the Grammys. I know, I should flip a house. Seriously, ready. I could do some electrical work in these, just some electrical work. So, I know, but they're cool. Okay, so sure enough, the first commercial break happens, and I want to go to my seat. And I have my tickets, and I'm going up to all the ushers, not the singer, Usher, but he was there too, but other actual ushers. And I was like, hi, where do I sit, where do I sit? And it was a calamity, and all the ushers were taking pictures with the celebrities. So every actual usher was like, hey, T.I., take my picture. Hey, Beyonce, take my picture. And so, sure enough, they're counting back from commercial, and I'm in the middle of sort of this melee, and they're like, we're back in 10, 9, and I'm holding my tickets up. Where do I sit, where do I sit? 3, 2, 1. And I swear to God, I couldn't make this up. About 8 feet from where I was standing, the lights come up, and there's Chris Martin from Coldplay singing live, and I'm like this. And then one of the camera guys that knows me from some old award show goes, Kathy, get down, you're in the shot. And I hit the deck like a fucking animal on my stomach. Gown or whatever that goes back the next day on my stomach like I'm in Vietnam. That would never happen to Adele. Or Katy Perry. Alright, so I have to tell you something that I hope will elicit the gay gasp. But guess who I got to spend my birthday with? Share, motherfuckers!